There is a very specific kind of betrayal that leaves no bruise, no scar you can point to, no moment you can hold up as proof. It does not break your bones. It breaks your belief in yourself. You start a relationship full of softness and trust. You speak freely, you laugh loudly, you move through life confident in who you are. Then slowly, almost gently, it begins. A small comment about the way you speak, a suggestion that you misunderstood something, a quiet look that says, "Are you sure you should be saying that?" Not enough to fight over, just enough to make you hesitate. And hesitation becomes doubt. Doubt becomes self-questioning. Self-questioning becomes silence. Until one day you look in the mirror and you do not recognize the person staring back. Not because you changed naturally, but because you were sculpted by someone who called it love, while slowly dismantling the parts of you they could not control. Narcissists do not destroy confidence with cruelty. They do it with subtlety, with soft blades, with phrases that sound protective and tones that sound caring, while they steal your voice one quiet moment at a time. In this video, you will learn how narcissists break your confidence and disguise it as devotion. You will see the tactics that make you shrink without noticing, and you will learn how to rebuild the part of you that should have never been touched. You are not here to blame yourself. You are here to reclaim yourself. What happened to you has a name. It is not love. It is not protection. It is psychological erosion. Narcissists do not take your confidence all at once. They weaken it slowly, the way water wears down stone, soft, steady, almost invisible at first. They plant doubt in moments that should feel safe. They question your choices in the tone of concern. They frame their criticism as guidance. They say, "I am only trying to help," while they hollow you from the inside out. They do not need to insult you. They only need to make you question yourself. They do not need to call you weak. They only need you to hesitate before you speak. And once hesitation enters your mind, your confidence stops being natural and starts being something you have to earn. But you were not created to doubt yourself. Someone trained you to. They did not strengthen you by challenging you. They weakened you by pretending insecurity was love and control was safety. You did not lose your confidence. It was quietly taken, one disguised correction at a time. Picture a moment at the beginning. You are speaking with excitement in your voice, sharing an idea, a dream, a memory that once made you feel alive. They look at you softly, with interest, with what appears to be admiration. You feel seen. You feel safe. Then, a shift, barely noticeable at first. A small pause. A slight tilt of the head, a tiny change in their eyes, as if they suddenly know something you do not. They say it quietly, "Are you sure that is correct?" or "That sounds unrealistic," or worse, "I'm just trying to protect you from disappointment." Their tone is gentle, calm, concern dressed like love, and in that moment a slice of doubt enters you, just a sliver, a whisper. You laugh it off, but your voice is smaller. Your excitement dims, just a little. Over time it repeats. They question your memory. They correct your instincts. They soften your confidence like rain softens stone. You start consulting them before making decisions. You start hesitating before speaking. You begin asking, "Do you think this makes sense? Do you think I should? What do you think is best?" Not because you need guidance, but because you fear being wrong. You fear disappointing someone who claims to know better. This is how confidence dies, not in explosions, but in small silences. Not in betrayal, but in disguised concern. You call it love, because they never raised their voice. But love is not what made you smaller. Control did. The first mechanism is identity softening. Think of yourself as a bright flame in the beginning, warm, certain, steady. A narcissist does not blow out that flame. They simply cup their hands around it, pretending to shield it from the wind, while slowly limiting its oxygen. They dim you by smothering you, not striking you. They use gentle correction instead of confrontation. They question your judgment instead of making demands. They nudge instead of push. They say, "I just worry about you," or "I know you better than you know yourself." And because you trust them, you do not see the danger. You think you are being guided, protected, loved, but your brain is learning something else entirely. It starts believing your voice is unsafe. Your instinct is flawed. Your decisions require permission. Little by little, you stop acting from confidence and start acting from caution. The flame does not go out. It just becomes dependent on the hands around it. And when love requires dependence, it is not love. It is quiet domination. This is how they break your confidence without ever appearing cruel. The second mechanism is value inversion. Imagine you are holding a beautiful instrument. It plays music that comes naturally to you. Your rhythm, your tone, your voice. At first they praise it. They tell you how special your sound is, how rare it is to find someone like you. Then slowly, they start correcting your notes. Not loudly, not aggressively. Soft suggestions, like, "Maybe that melody is too bold," or "Are you sure people like that style?" They shake your confidence in your own sound while pretending to refine it. Soon, you stop playing freely. You start adjusting your rhythm to match theirs. You change your tone to avoid disapproval. You lower your volume to avoid judgment. Until one day, you are not playing your music anymore. You are playing theirs. And they smile, calling it improvement, calling it growth, calling it love. But what they really did was this. They convinced you that your highest qualities, your boldness, your voice, your expression were flaws that needed tuning. You were not being shaped, you were being silenced. Confidence does not disappear. It is traded away when you are convinced someone else knows how to be you better than you do. If your voice has gotten smaller over time, if your decisions feel heavier now than they once did, if you second-guess yourself in ways you never used to, hear this clearly. Nothing is wrong with you. You did not become weak. You did not lose intelligence. You did not suddenly forget who you are. Someone slowly trained you to doubt yourself. Not by attacking you, but by gently bending your perception until their opinion felt safer than your instinct. And you accepted it not because you lacked strength, but because you had love. Because you believed love builds you. Because you trusted their concern. Because you saw the best in them even while they chipped away at the best in you. That devotion does not make you foolish. It makes you human. It means you have a heart capable of loyalty, patience, and belief in connection. They did not manipulate fragility. They manipulated goodness. But now you are seeing the architecture of it. You are noticing the cracks in their caring tone. You are hearing your own voice again, quiet but returning. Awakening does not always feel like anger. Often it feels like remembering, like a gentle shift back into your own skin. You are not reclaiming power. You are reclaiming you. Rebuilding your confidence does not begin with loud declarations. It begins quietly, calmly, inside yourself. You do not need to confront them. You do not need to explain your awakening. You do not need to prove anything. You only need to stop surrendering your certainty. When they question your memory, respond inside yourself, "I know what I experienced." When they correct your decisions, breathe and remind yourself, "I am capable of choosing for my own life." When they tilt their head or sigh or shrink your excitement with subtle doubt, do not explain yourself. Do not shrink. Do not seek reassurance. Let the discomfort exist without bending to it. Confidence returns the moment you choose your voice over their approval. Start small. Speak a little more freely each day. Say no without apology. Pause before explaining yourself. Let silence stand without rushing to fill it. You will feel a tremor at first, a small shaking inside your chest because your nervous system remembers the training. But then something else will appear, a spark, a pulse, a quiet strength waking back up. You do not rebuild confidence by fighting them. You rebuild it by honoring yourself again, one steady breath at a time. They cannot shrink what you refuse to surrender. There will come a moment when you speak and your voice does not shake, when you choose yourself and the room does not collapse, when their doubt no longer echoes in your mind because your own voice has grown louder than theirs. And in that moment, you will realize something powerful. They did not break your confidence. They only paused it. It was waiting for you. It always belonged to you. Confidence does not return with noise. It returns with truth. And your truth is waking up again. Subscribe to the channel and do not stop at this video. They are still using tricks you have not noticed. The next video will show you how they do it. And once you see it, you will never see people the same way again.